So I think that a lot of companies are going into this cloud native journey, and we have had a lot of different tools and platforms that have come out in the recent years. But Kubernetes has taken the lead, and I would say that we need a platform to orchestrate our workloads that provides everything that we need in terms of scaling and self-healing and load balancing and service discovery. So I would say that Kubernetes is this platform with batteries included that you need to orchestrate your workloads. All right, so when you deploy a Spring Boot application into Kubernetes, the application will be the same, right? So as if you were deploying the application in bare metal or in a VM. It just happens that Spring Boot has a set of tools that allows you to take advantage of Kubernetes. And one of these is basically that you can define your liveness and readiness probes. You can also create containers right away from the command line with or leveraging the build packs, which give you these enterprise grade containers that you need, right? So usually we package the application as a jar file and we gave it to the ops team, and we had mismatches, and usually we say, well, it works on my machine, right? If it doesn't work in production, well, that's your problem. So now with containers, we can have this recipe, right, that defines everything that we need to run our application. And build packs has a really nice integration with the Spring Boot, so you can end up having these enterprise grade applications inside your containers, right? And you can deploy those into Kubernetes. And one of the things that you have to do right in your Spring Boot applications is to take advantage of the platform, and that's why the Spring Boot and the recent versions of the Spring Boot 2.3 and 2.4 will add a lot of features to take advantage of the platform, as mentioned, like defining your liveness or readiness probes, and many other things like specifying specific configuration for your Kubernetes deployments. Right. Well, at the end of the day, Kubernetes gives you a set of tools, right, that you can leverage, like auto discovery, right, of different services. If you deploy or if you are in a microservice architecture, you'll have this service discovery for free. There's no need to use anything else because Kubernetes will give you a DNS so your microservices can discover each other. It will also provide load balancing. If you have like more than one instance of your microservice and you communicate with this microservice, you'll have load balancing in place as well. And also you'll have things like auto healing. What if your application misbehaves? What if your application starts consuming a lot of memory? Well, maybe Kubernetes can heal the application, can restart the application. You'll have auto healing in place. So you have a platform that will provide everything you need for your Spring Boot applications. Right, so I think this is a really interesting course, especially if you're working with Spring or Spring Boot. If you have taken any other Spring trainings before, this is the I would say the continuation, right, of those trainings, and you'll learn basically how to get started in your cloud native journey. We'll start creating containers with simple Docker files. We'll then move into more advanced techniques like using Jeep or build packs. And when we have these containers, we'll deploy those containers into Kubernetes. So we'll see the Kubernetes basics. We'll see things like what a deployment is, what a service is, and we'll talk about how to get the best out of the platform. We'll talk about observability, the 3 pillars of observability, like logging, metrics, tracing. We'll talk about how to configure your Spring Boot application with external configuration. Right? So we'll talk about everything you need to deploy and have everything into the platform. So you'll basically end up having all the tools to take advantage of the platform in a Spring Boot application. I would say this is a really fun training. It's a really hands-on training, so you'll get your own Kubernetes cluster. You'll be deploying your applications in your own Kubernetes cluster, so you'll have like 50% of theory and 50% of practice. So get ready to get your hands dirty and learn a lot right out of this training.